Hey everybody, time for a little bit of a update video. As you know, or if you've watched any of my other videos, you heard me talk about last month or so, where I haven't had really much to paint, as far as 40K goes, but I haven't been idle in hobby time either. So what I've been working on is some non-Warhammer stuff. So I figured I'd give us a little showcase of what I've been working on. And here's the first one. Yeah. So this is a 92 Firebird formula. I think it's an MPC kit. And this was the first one I completed. This is using a Tester's lacquer paint and gloss varnish for the color. The interior is sprayed with a Badger Minotaur paint. And lots of microsol microset on the decals to have them sit down perfectly. A nice little engine in there, all kinds of detail. It's a really inexpensive kit, I think, and it was on sale when I bought it, so I think I got it for less than $10 for this particular car. I actually started working on this with my kids. They built half of it, or most of it actually, and then they kind of lost interest, so I just went ahead and just finished up the painting on it last month. And overall, I really like how this thing came out. It's probably one of the better jobs I've done on a model car, because I've been applying a bunch of new techniques to it. The airbrushing on the colors, except for the final color, which is a rattle can lacquer. But I don't want to have to try and put lacquers through the airbrush and try and clean it out. That would be annoying. And then wet sanding, priming, wet sanding, some stuff from my old Motorhead days. And this is the other one I just finished up. This is a 55 Ford F-100. Again, this is a Tester's lacquer paint. In this case, it's metallic plum crazy. This one, the hood is hinged, so you can get to the engine in there. Interior again is done with the Badger Minotaur paint. They're skull white and coated with a dull coat to give it a nice final finish. Same with the Firebird. Again, this is another really inexpensive kit. The MSRP on the kit is like $12 or $13, and $12.99 I think is the actual MSRP on this kit. And then I got it for 40% off that with a coupon just before Christmas. So it's a really inexpensive kit. There's not a lot of detail, but it was really easy and fun to build and fun to paint. Again, spray lacquer, gloss varnish over the paint, lots of wet sanding on the paint. I stripped off the bumpers to make them body color instead of chrome. And this one, the tailgate opens too. I didn't do any wood color in the bed because I didn't want to screw up the purple. So I just left it like it was. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. Very happy with these guys. I love how they came out. And it was definitely a nice distraction, nice throwback. To my previous days of modeling, because I used to do models all the time back when I was in high school and early 20s. Mostly in high school. It kind of dropped off when I started getting back into cars, or started getting into cars when I was after I turned 16. But I used to model all this time, and in fact, a lot of the modeling that I did back then with standard models like this, model cars. And I did a lot of model airplanes. Translated into my Warhammer hobby. And since I've grown and expanded my techniques in the Warhammer hobby, I'm moving those back again into the automotive or standard model kits, or scale model kits, I guess would be the best way to go. And I think the results are pretty fantastic. These things just came out great. I mean, the paint isn't perfect. I got some dust in them. It's just a consequence of having a real life, I guess, living in an apartment and not having an actual spray booth. But I can live with a little bit of dust, considering the investment I have in these in time and effort, which really isn't all that much. The longest part on these things is masking off the different areas for different colors. I had to spray the black, spray the white on the inside of the cab, and then mask all that off and spray the purple. So. Well, that's it. That's what I've been doing over the last month and a half or so. since I've been out of Warhammer models. That's going to change very soon. I did finally get my tax refund, so next Wednesday night when I go out to play, I'm going to go and pick up several new kits and get started back into 40K big time. That's why I want to get these guys done and out of the way, because they're a lot of fun. There's no doubt about that. And but I don't want these things hanging over me while I've got Blood Angels and other stuff to paint. So that's it for this video. Well, I guess it's not that quite it. So don't be afraid to go back into more traditional scale models, especially if you've been into Warhammer hobby a lot, because the skills are very similar. I said the only real difference that I've done with this is I've used a rattle can paint, lots of masking, and wet sanding. These things are covered with a primer. The bodies are covered with a primer, and then I wet sand the primer with 600 grit wet sandpaper before the final spray, and that really makes a difference on how they come out. But yeah, expand your hobby a little bit. If you're just into Warhammer, try something else. It might be more enjoyable than you thought it could be. And thanks for watching.